Hey, fellow Stockcardians, it's Hodame, founder and CEO of Stockcard, and this is our Stock Market Daily Roll Show. It's August 20th, 2021. Today, I looked at stock market indices first, then covered two quick stories about Facebook's VR progress and Topps' SPAC merger loss. I finished the episode by researching two stocks requested by fellow Stockcardians, FuboTV and Washington Bancorp. Let's get right into it. The market indices closed in the green today after sliding almost all week. In summary, this week COVID numbers continue to rise, yet Federal Reserve members are contemplating tapering back favorable monetary policies. Jobless numbers have fallen based on the report discussed yesterday, yet there is a lot of uncertainty going forward. I don't blame the market for being so volatile lately. It's the uncertainty that gets the investors' head. Before we move to today's stock analysis, let me thank you for being a Stockcardian. My team and I appreciate you watching, listening to, and reading the Daily Roll episodes. And more importantly, we thank you for using a Stockcard platform in your stock market research. Thank you for being a Stockcardian. If you aren't a user yet, I'd like to invite you to try now. First, hit the like button, subscribe to the show, and then create a free account on stockcard.io. Thanks for becoming a new Stockcardian. Folks, before we dive into the analysis of the stocks suggested by your fellow Stockcardians, I wanted to talk about two important news related to VR and NFT megatrends. Facebook, ticker FB, launched an experimental new virtual reality workspace where employees can meet, chat, and plan while immersed in a virtual office. This is really taking working from home to a new level. The work from home trend is merging with VR and creates new possibilities that we couldn't have imagined before. That's why on the left-hand side of Facebook's stock card, you can see the stock belongs to Work From Home collection as well as a few VR ones. Despite many people assuming that Facebook is hitting a growth ceiling, the company is still pursuing new and exciting possibilities. Another noteworthy news is coming from the theme of NFTs, non-fungible tokens. The NFT-based sports trading card company Topps lost its 70-year-long partnership with Major League Baseball. As a result, it had no choice but to end the planned SPAC merger with blank check company Mudrick Acquisitions, ticker MUDS. Topps just recently hopped on the digital collectible trend, otherwise known as NFTs. This shows how volatile the NFT market is and how hard it is to figure out the ultimate primary platform for trading NFTs. Folks, it's been a slower day in the market today. I thought this was a great opportunity to get around to some stocks suggested by our community. Stockcardians have been suggesting plenty of great stocks to our team to research. So today we are diving into FuboTV, ticker FUBO, and Washington Trust Bancorp, ticker WASH. FuboTV is a streaming service that bundles together packs of live TV channels, generally around sports. The stock has been on a wild ride if you look at the chart these past couple of weeks. Let's take a quick look. FuboTV released its quarterly earnings last Wednesday, and the result pleased investors who pumped the stock up 11%. The stock began dropping a day after when the company filed to sell more shares to the public. The stock price has continued to slide, losing all of its gains from the earnings report. Despite this, CEO is confident that growth will continue with a goal of 900,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It looks like FuboTV is sticking to its vision of the future of TV networks to be niche bundles. Many consumers aren't looking to pay for a large stack of channels they aren't interested in, but the targeted deals that Fubo TV advertises are a smart alternative. This will be a stock to keep an eye on as we leave traditional cable television behind. Secondly, we have Washington Trust Bancorp, ticker WASH. WASH is a financial institution that provides value to its customers through two services, banking and wealth management. It has plenty of subsidiaries, particularly in the commercial banking side of the company, which generates most of its revenue. No major news moved the stock this week, but it seems shares have been climbing ever since it posted a so-so earnings report back in late July. The stock dropped sharply as investors reacted poorly to the lower returns this quarter. Financial institutions weren't spared from the volatility of the pandemic, yet WASH is still looking alright on paper. For banks, you would want to take a look at their return on assets or ROA, and WASH's ROA is in a reasonable range. Growth may be a little stagnant, but its stock card is a nice 3 greener. Generally, as interest rate goes up, assuming the Fed would do that at some point in the next few quarters, banks would have higher revenue from the interest they charge their customers, which in turn would help the bank's performance get better. That's one reason to pick up bank stocks to benefit from these potential profits. I'm not a bank stock investor, but I can see why it appeals to some investors, especially those who look for a 4% plus dividend yield that this bank pays to its investors. Before we end today's episode, I wanted to mention this great partner of ours once again. As you know, at StockCard, we love linking up with a diverse group of investors who do diligent research with various strategies. Our latest partner, Leo Rodriguez, who runs the Finance Turned Easy YouTube channel, is a quality content creator. A couple of days ago, Leo published a video breaking down 3 hidden gem stocks in the clean energy space, one of those mega trends shaping the future. Leo also highlights some valuable features of the StockCard platform in his video. Check it out to see in action. Don't forget that Leo has a portfolio of his own on StockCard. Search for penny stocks in the search bar on StockCard's stock picks page and visit the high growth penny stocks of the future portfolio. Follow it to be notified when he adds a new stock. I'll leave a link in the show notes. That's it for today. If you haven't already done so, please give a StockCard a try. Research as many stocks and ETFs as you want, and consider following a few investors by visiting the stock picks page on the StockCard platform. Don't forget to sign up for a 14-day free trial with promo code ROLLWITHOURCEO, all lowercase and in one word. Like, subscribe, and share these daily market recap reports with your fellow investors. Come back next week for another market recap report. See you then.